Hi guys, okay, welcome to day 2 of my Vampire Tarot Challenge. Yeah, so this is our second daily draw. Let's get going. Oh, by the way, before I get started, I just want to show you these. Can't do a Vampire Tarot reading without the crosses to protect us, right? So I just thought I would put those on for you. By the way, if you're wondering, Forever 21. Alright, so let me shuffle. Yikes. You know, they say that whenever you're shuffling and the cards fly out of the deck that you should pay attention to those. I got the moon. Okay. Okay, these cards are a little hard to handle, but with some practice, it should be no big deal. Yikes. Actually, I was thinking last night after I did that first draw that these cards really remind me of like comics. They have a very comic-y kind of feel to them in the artwork. Like I remember when I was a kid, my brothers used to have these I don't know if you remember there was Creepy and Eerie magazine, and they were like these horror magazines that had these stories in them, and the artwork kind of reminds me of that a bit. Oh, come on now. The Count just flew out at me, which is the Emperor in the Rider-Waite. Okay, so let's pick a card. But try not to take too long doing this. Okay, there we go. This one. Okay, so we got 12. The Madman 12. Card 12. Oh my god, what's the card 12 in the Rider-Waite? Good lord. Hang on. I think it is, not the Hermit. Oh my god. 1 second. Okay, sorry. So I just had to refresh my memory. Card 12 is the Hanged Man in the Rider-Waite. And as I'm sure most of you are familiar with, the Hanged Man shows a guy hanging from a tree by one leg. He's upside down. He's got a halo around his head. You know, it's a card about being in suspension and you know, going through a difficult time in your life without having the power to get out of it and just having to kind of stick it out and go through that discomfort. Well, in this card here, we see, who's the guy? Renfield. Renfield is the guy in this card. He's the guy who is Dracula's assistant, his right-hand man in the story. And here he's got a straitjacket on. He's got spiders crawling over him. He looks pretty demented. So I'm not quite sure how that would relate to the Hanged Man. So let's look it up in the book. I have the book here. Okay, hang on, I'm getting there. Here we are, the Madman. Okay, let's see what it says. I am here to do your bidding, master. I am your slave, and you will reward me, for I shall be faithful. That's the Madman Renfield pledging allegiance to Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Okay. It says here, the Madman is the Vampire Tarot's counterpart to the trump titled the Hangman in the Marseille deck, but originally called the Traitor. It is consistently depicted a man hung upside down from a scaffold, tied by one foot, with his hands behind his back as if they are also tied. In Renaissance Italy, to be hung by the foot was a punishment reserved for traitors. An artist would sometimes depict political figures in this position to suggest that they had become traitors. The Hangman symbolizes suffering and a fall from power that is related to the upside-down figure on the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. This card symbolizes a mental disturbance, hunger, and restraint. It can also refer to a desperate need for merriment or represent someone who is not to be trusted, excuse me, such as a traitor. On a positive note, it can symbolize an unusual perspective. So very interesting. I guess this card is focusing more on kind of the state of mind that you're in when you're in that hangman position, right? You feel like you're going crazy. You feel like, oh my God, like, you know, how can I get out of this? But there's nothing you can do. So, and it's also his being tied up in the straitjacket, I guess, can symbolize feeling like your hands are tied, or you're tied up. You're stuck in this position, right? So yeah, let me just take a look here. See what else comes to mind. Yeah, wow. These, like I said, these cards really, really remind me of those old comic books, those creepy and eerie comic books that my brothers had. That I used to love those things. They would read them first, of course, and I'd get second crack at them, but I would always read them, and I love them. And the artwork in these cards really, really reminds me of that. So anyway, we drew this card today, the Madman. So we could be going through some difficulty today, some feeling like we're stuck, like we're in a position we don't want to be in. But also remember what it said here about having the unusual perspective, and remember what the hangman represents ultimately in the Rider-Waite is that you come out of it a better person. You come out of it a more evolved person, having gone through these trials, right? So if you're going through a lot of shit right now, if you're going through some difficulties, you know, hang in there, pardon the pun, and, you know, you will get through it. It feels like it's impossible, but you will get through it. So anyway, interesting card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be back tomorrow with another daily draw from the Vampire Tarot. Bye, you guys. Stay safe. Stay away from those vampires. Okay, bye.